Hi, I'm Bill Nelson in the studios of Into Deep Productions, and we are going to Phelps Field in Spokane, Washington today and interview the owners of vintage aircraft for the upcoming production, the Rum Runners. Here we are at Phelps Field. This plaque is in commemoration of one of the characters in the script, Nick Mamer. He was born in 1898, died in 1938. He was only 40 years old when his aircraft broke up in flight. This early aviation was a dangerous business. This is Mark. He is my go-to guy. When I want something, I go to Mark, and he tells me where to go.
So do you want to
come on in now.
Oh, okay.
Let's meet.
No, I've never even been.
Tell me your name again in the camera.
I'm Jim Miller.
And your airplane that you own?
I have a 1927 Travel Air 4000.
And you?
Larry Tobin, 1942 Stearman and a 1927 Stearman, and a 46 J3 Cup.
You gonna work?
Yeah.
Peter over here with the camera.
This is Skeeter Carlson, a pioneer in aviation and still flies today. He has one of the world's remaining Jennies. He is also a historian, a teller of tall tales, and the caretaker of some really neat old stuff.
Bill Nelson, this is Doc Ballard.
Did you want some coffee?
That's why you brought me. Oh, you brought the right guy.
We need your recipe.
Probably still got some.
That means you gotta go in the basement and dig out the recipe.
This is Jim Miller's 1927 Travel Air 4000. This is a beautiful aircraft, and I would really like to use it in the film.
Smoother, ground adjustable. Big tires like it would have had, and he did. He had an engine issue one time and landed it in a plowed field in snow and stayed upright.
Who is this picture of, Skeeter?
This guy loved his booze, and he bought this brand new, I think it's a Plymouth. So he made a lot more money than the average bearer, but he didn't make much flying those airplanes. I'd have done it for free.
Yeah, exactly.
But show him the fuel tank on top, Skeeter.
Huh?
The fuel tank on top.
Yeah.
Show him how big it is.
See how pronounced it is? It's taller, longer. And if you could... There's two filler caps up there. On the conventional one, there's only one. There might be another one yet.
So that's a 32 Ford of whose?
Nick Mamer.
Okay, and that's his tri-motor?
And that was Nick Mamer Air Transport, and he had two Ford tri-motors.
Paulson in the Paulson building bought those for.
Jim, this young lady is Miss Spokane, 1927, right?
She was doing a promo for the air races then.
Larry, give us the history of your aircraft.
Well, basically Lloyd Stearman built Travel Airs, and
they were hooked up with a lot of the early aviation builders in the Midwest, and he went to California in 27, started building Stearman. He built 4 there in Venice, and then he transferred everything to Wichita, and then all of the Stearman from then on were built in Wichita. So this is a very rare airplane. It's the oldest one around, and like I say, the 4th one ever built. Hey, Skeeter.
You put an endless cable on the rudder, and it's on.
This is also a beautiful old aircraft. We need a number of planes sitting around the airport. Hopefully we can work it in somewhere.
Okay, that's my great-granddad, Ben Alexander, in the early 30s on Phelps Field with his Alexander Eagle Rock airplane, which he ran booze in, we're sure, from Colville. And it was Hisso-powered, which Skeeter Carlson now has the engine. And eventually he crashed that airplane somewhere here in the valley, and he probably never flew again.
This is a senior speed mail of Addison
Yeah, this
Pemberton.
is a Lloyd Stearman design called a senior speed mail. It was designed in 1929. It's one of 5 flying today. 150 mile an hour airplane. Carries 2 people up front, 120 gallons of gas, and a 21,000 foot service ceiling. So very capable by 1929 standards. This particular airplane was one of 9 that went to American Airways. It spent most of its life flying between Chicago and Dallas. And for a short time, it was at Grand Central Air Terminal in LA and was featured in the movie Bright Eyes with Shirley Temple in 1931. We put 1,200 hours on the airplane in the last 16 years. It was in Chicago last September. And in 2003, it circled the Wright Brothers Memorial at Kitty Hawk in South Carolina.
Tell them about the speed. How fast did it cruise at?
At 150 max speed, it cruised at 135.
Which for its day for a biplane was
Remarkable.
and still is to this day.
Yeah, it'll out on a Cessna 172.
This speed mail is written into the script, so hopefully he can find time to let us use this aircraft in the filming of the Rum Runners. We have much more work to do in preparation for the shooting of this film, so stay tuned.